I got 4 of these grasses. They're really pretty. Welcome back to the channel, friends, and welcome to another garden video. My name is Tasha and welcome to my backyard. We are going to be working on setting the garden up for spring, essentially part 2. Spring is kind of like winter, but also kind of like spring here in Colorado, so you never really know when you're in the clear, because boom, there may be snow. And that's why my spring prep kind of takes probably a little longer than normal, but we're gonna continue on. This month, the month of May, I want to get my new garden bed built. I want to set up rain barrels and essentially continue to plant things out into the vegetable garden. And bonus, I'm landscaping my front yard as well, which I'm not too sure how much I'm gonna share about that, just for privacy reasons. I don't want to be showing off the front of my house because people can be weird on the internet, but that will consist of attempting to fix my in-ground irrigation and like landscaping with perennials in a very long garden bed. So hopefully we get to that this month. We'll see. I really liked how I accidentally fell into a monthly garden vlog last month, so I'm kind of sticking with that because I feel like it's the best way to like share updates and everything that's going on. It's so windy today. It's Sunday. I'm in my comfy clothes. I've just finished doing some knitting and I've done some video editing today. I cooked brunch for some friends. It's been a really awesome day. So we're just gonna end it with hopefully like 30 to 45 minutes. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long to plant out some things in the garden and also in my brand new rain barrels. The rain barrels have already been checked off the list. Let me show you. Yesterday, we got 2 of these rain barrels that came in the mail. We tried looking in hardware stores in person, but we could not find what we were looking for with the 2 spouts for a decent price. So we ended up ordering these online, and they're here in my backyard, one on this end and one on this end. And this is essentially the path we walk to get to our trash cans. And in the wintertime, the water would normally run out here and then freeze on the ground out here, making it really hard to walk around. So that was the main reason we wanted rain barrels. And if we had to have them, they might as well be cute, right? So I got some perennial flowers along with like one little annual. My husband was able to install these rain barrels really easily. He used a multi-tool to cut back the drain pipe that comes down the house up to the proper height, and then he just reinstalled the elbow piece onto the spout. It was pretty quick and easy, and we put the rain barrels on top of cinder blocks to help with kind of like the gravity feed of a hose that we will eventually be able to hook into either spout. When I was choosing the plants for this, I didn't really know what I wanted, so I walked around the hardware store until I saw things that looked cute. I did know that I wanted some type of like lower ground cover. I wanted something that dangles, and I wanted something that was kind of tall. So this is what we have kind of come up with. I do have more plants in this than I really need long term because these are perennials, so they will come back every year and get a little bigger. But some of the things like the hostas and maybe even the chicks and hens, I will end up transplanting into different parts of the yard as they get too big over the years. So I just wanted it to look really full for now, but I am aware that this is not like a super long term arrangement because these will like grow into each other. Now I'm planting some vegetables that I picked up when I was at the hardware store because these are some items that I tried to grow from seed, but it was not successful because they never germinated or I ended up killing them once they got transplanted. I've actually never grown celery before, so this is gonna be a newer vegetable for me. But I saw them, and for the price, it was like, I don't know, like $4.99, and you get so many heads. I thought that was a steal. Yeah, I didn't pull my camera out one time. As you can see, the park is empty now. The sale went well. It was pretty busy when I showed up, so I had just hopped right into it. But yeah, it was pretty good. Slowed down right when it needed to. And then we just spent the last like 30-45 minutes packing up everything. And I'm actually gonna be back tomorrow, bright and early in the morning, to volunteer again and hopefully maybe do a little shopping of my own, because on the last day at the end they always discount everything like a lot, and I want to say everything becomes like $2 or something. So I'm definitely going to shop tomorrow. So yeah, done with that. And now it's like 3 p.m. and I'm not really sure what else I want to do. Let's go home though. Let's go home. Friends, I came home. I threw this bonnet on my head. I grabbed a blanket and I took a 2-hour nap in this hammock. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What you got, Sticks? What you got, a stick? What you got, a stick? Give me that stick. Give me that stick.
It's a very stormy day today, but let's build a garden bed. If you don't know, I designed and built this garden bed during our first summer in the house, which was last summer, and it has served us really well. I am in love with the layout, and it all has worked the way it should. So I want to make an extension of this garden over here. This area is by my garage, and we have recently installed the rain barrels, as you saw, and the intention was always to put a garden bed right here that I can plant herbs in. That's the goal. And whatever else, extra vegetables if I want, but the intention was herbs. So that's the goal. I just measured everything out. And then I came into the garage and measured out my wood. I had to pick up some more cedar planks from the hardware store yesterday, but the ones that they had, at the hardware store were the wider planks than what I used for the main garden, and I have some leftover 3.5-inch small ones from the main garden that I'm gonna be using, but I'm kind of also mixing in these, I think it's 5.5-inch planks, and it's gonna be 5.5-inch on the long sides and then the 3.5-inch on the short sides. And I have just enough wood. I also use a 4x4 cedar post for the 4 corners, and then I use 2x4 cedar pieces for like supporting posts going down the long side, if that makes sense. Exactly what I showed you. Why am I over explaining this? It's gonna look exactly like that. That's what I'm gonna replicate. This is my current setup in the garage. I'm about to get the saw centered and ready. Look, there's literally like stuff on it. I need to get this together, and then I'm gonna make my cuts. I'm like, this should be easy and quick. Like, I'm gonna make the cuts, I'm gonna put it together and screw it in. Granted, we have to use 1 billion screws. I'm pretty sure I have enough because I bought like something crazy like 300 for the big one. That's gonna be the most tedious part, is putting in all the screws. But other than that, it should be good. So I'm just gonna go for it. We're just gonna go for it. We're not gonna think too hard. Let's get to work. A lot of gratitude for this space. We have spent the last 2 years stocking it with everything we need, mostly secondhand. I would say 80% of the tools and things that we have in our garage workshop I found at estate sales or thrift shops. For example, the miter saw that I'm currently using, I got for $25 at an estate sale. So do not sleep on being able to get your tools and gardening things for secondhand, because if you are patient and you have a good like community around you, like people who are willing to obviously sell their stuff, you should be able to find something. After I made all of the cuts, I took the time to assemble each side of the garden box inside of the garage because that was easier. I also put these longer sides together without cutting off the little fence detail on the panel there. So I ended up cutting those off afterwards with a jigsaw. It was really easy. I just drew a line and cut just so that can be straight and not have those little divots in it. I definitely have gotten more used to using power tools over the years. It wasn't something that I was comfortable with in the beginning, but the more you practice, the better you get, as with anything. Now that the longer boards are assembled, I start to put together the shorter sides. And you'll be able to see here what I was saying, how the shorter sides are made from the skinnier panels, and the longer side is made from the wider panels. And after all 4 sides are assembled, I can put the cedar 4x4 posts in and kind of attach those to, I believe I attached them to the longer sides so that it's easier for me to put the whole thing together once I take it all outside. The build is going well. Wow, I look bald with these braids, but the build's going well. It's so nice to see a garden bed there now. I'm so excited. I have the landscaping paper in, and now I'm going to fill the bottom with logs and sticks, like the bottom half, bottom third, something like that. I'm being rained out, but I got the bed built, got the paper in, got the first layer of wood scraps in, and now we just have to shovel the soil in there, which is over there. It's in a pile over there somewhere. And it's from the first shipment of soil I got for that bed. And there was extra left over, which is a little bit what inspired making this bed. But yeah, whew, the rain is coming down. I feel so productive. I'm so happy I got this done. The rain is also so cold on my scalp. Oh my gosh. Also, the rain barrel's full. We've been getting a lot of rain lately. I have been using the rain barrels for watering the houseplants and hand watering parts of the garden, but it has been raining so much, which is not the normal here, that those rain barrels filled up after the first round of heavy rain we had, where it rained for 3 days straight. That was like 2 weeks ago or so, and yesterday and today are like another combined like stormy days. Yesterday it rained for hours, and now it looks like it's starting back up, even though it's been kind of dry today, just mostly cloudy. But yeah, the rain barrels are full. They have been awesome to use. They work really well, and I'm super happy with the addition. They look awesome. Let me show you guys what I've purchased for my front yard landscaping. I got 4 of these grasses. They're really pretty. They have this variegation to them, and though they do get seed heads, that's not how they spread. They actually spread underground. I'm gonna be using these to kind of like anchor the garden bed. I got this container of lilies. It has 5 or 6 stems in it, and I plan on breaking this into 2 groups. And then this is the little corner. Honestly, all of this, because this is the landscaping that I grew. As you can see, it's not very big or strong because I'm clearly not good at it. But some of this stuff is definitely usable and great. But I got 4 trays of chicks and hens, which is like my favorite ground cover. I got 4 of these. And everything else I think I got in pairs. And everything is perennials, of course. This is Lucius Royal Lemon Tart. It has these really beautiful yellow flowers on them. Kind of reminds me of my Elysium, which is no longer flowering, but really pretty. Also, everything I got requires full sun because my front yard bed gets tons of sun. These little blue blooms I thought were so charming. It's called Lithidora. Got 2 of those. I got another ground cover that's a little more whimsical. It's Stone Crop. I am pretty sure these turn red in the fall, but even if they don't, they're really pretty yellow, and there's a lot of new growth in there. Got 2 of those. I got 2 variegated hostas. These get really big and are really beautiful. I got 2 of these red blooming beauties, coral bells. Like, how whimsical and beautiful is that? And I think lastly, I got these little purple guys. Super dramatic. Look at the drama coming off of that girl. And this is called Unplugged Pink Salvia. Wow, so pretty. So these are kind of my like bigger, more established plants I'm going to be putting out there. And then I have obviously the stuff that I grew. What I know for sure I'm going to be adding out to that same bed are these catnips, because those are doing really good. Also, these salvias, which are still really small, but I know that they'll thrive once I put them in the ground. And also these snapdragons I'd like to also plant out there. And I think these guys, what are you? Feverfew. Feverfew kind of grows like chamomile a little bit. Like it has like a little yellow and white flower. But yeah, let me show you what the actual front bed looks like so that you get more of an understanding of where all of this is gonna go. All right, this is my front yard garden bed. And I know you're like, what the hell is going on? All of this used to be red landscaping rocks. When we purchased this house, it had these shrubs, which have grown quite a bit. And that's about it. Just these kind of random raggedy shrubs. And that's all, as you can see. And over the last month, we have been posting on Facebook Marketplace trying to get people to come and get these rocks. And they have, for the most part, as you can see. The bed stops here. It's like a full, almost, I would say it's like 35 feet long. 35 feet long. And so I have those grasses, I have all of those flowers, and I plan on redoing all of this. As for the leftover rocks that are still here that people didn't take, I am about to just put all of this in the trash. And all of these shrubs are also going out of here as well. They're going to get composted. I maybe some of these smaller ones like this guy, I may try and transplant it to the backyard. Same with this little fella, but it's like so raggedy. It's like, what's really the point in saving them? I just don't like them. They're not a part of the vision, you know? So they gotta go. And then if you see right here, there's like this area on this side of my driveway has mulch, and it's always been mulched, but we have remulched it because I don't know if you guys remember from like last fall, my husband installed a French drain right here. pop, so that we could make this pathway out of bricks so it'd be easier for us to move our dumpsters, our like trash cans. But I have all of this mulch that is left over from my mulch delivery that I plan on putting in the garden bed down there. So it's all been like a very slow moving process, but we're making it work. Fixing the irrigation was a huge win for the front yard makeover because it has allowed us to, one, grow the grass, and actually we will be able to get the plants watered once they are all planted out here, nicely landscaped. That has been on our list since we moved in, and it feels really good to finally have that done. And we actually learned that there was like more to the sprinkler system out here than we realized. And we learned so much just about irrigation. Holy moly. It's actually not as hard as it seems, and once it's installed, it's quite easy to maintain. Especially, oh, you can't see me. It's quite easy to maintain, especially if you watch some YouTube videos. And so essentially we ended up replacing 2 sprinkler heads. Very easy to do. We ended up unearthing like 4 sprinkler heads we didn't even know were out here because they were completely buried by dirt and grass. We unearthed those. We added extenders to them. You can buy these little extender pop-ups that kind of bring it up above ground level without having to like dig out the whole system and lift it. And so we installed 2 of those. And then what else? We ended up fixing a broken pipe. Pipe was broken. This pipe used to look like this, but it was broken and it needs to be replaced. This piece we also replaced because it had like a huge crack. We're assuming that it didn't get pressurized one winter or depressurized one winter and then it broke. So that all got fixed. And then down up in here, Jason cleaned it out, and instead of there being dirt down in here, it's now rocks for better drainage. But this is like the 2 zones. There's like the left side of the yard and the right side of the yard, and he was able to rewire them because these didn't even have caps on them. They were just like raw dogging it, and he rewired everything, put caps on them. I want to say he had to replace one of these black parts too because it was leaking, but all very doable things that you could do yourself. All in all, we spent 2 weeks working on this in our spare time, and I want to say he spent $150 at the most, give or take, on parts that he ended up replacing. And that was the most expensive thing. This was like $115 to replace. Really doable, and I'm proud of us. We got it done. And the front yard is going to see such a big makeover in June. It's actually June 1st right now, you guys. I've not had the most productive spring that I've wanted to because work really picked up, y'all. Like, I am exhausted to say the least, but I'm very pleased with what I have been able to do. And we're just gonna give ourselves some grace, okay? Because I have like Martha Stewart level expectations for myself when it comes to my garden, and the reality is I have a full-time job and I can't put the effort into it that I want. So I am ashamed to show you that my warm weather veggies are still in the seed starting trays. Yes, I have not up-potted this same tray of warm weather veggies, and I don't know how that's going to pan out for the season now. I really don't. And I thought I was gonna plant them, just go ahead and put them straight into the garden today and not even worry about uppotting them. But the forecast is forecasting a little bit of a cold snap. And yeah, you heard me right. Why are you, hello? Come back to me. Thank you. It's forecasting for a little bit of a cold snap in the next 2 days, and that is irky. Very Denver, because it's literally the first week of June. So this is not going to get planted out. It's not getting planted out quite yet. I think I'm just going to throw some, maybe throw some carrots in there. Yeah, these carrots got to get out of here. Let me show you what these carrots look like in this tray. Look at that. There's already baby carrots growing. Like, these need to be out of here. I feel like such a bad gardener. Like, I cannot lie. I really let myself down on that one. But there's actual carrots growing in the seed starting tray. That should not be that should not be the case. I have not put the dirt in this garden bed yet either. The one that I just built. But she does look good. But there's still no dirt in it or plants. Just sticks. Just sticks still. But look at how dreamy the garden looks. It's just so cute. So cute. I did plant flower seeds at the beginning of the month. And so you can see my allium is coming through. Not this. Get out of here. My alliums. They're in all 3 of the pots around the fire pit. Those are looking really good. I did put down some marigold seeds on the borders of the garden, and those have grown in. The nasturtiums are finally starting to like grow and get bigger from when I transplanted them, because I started these from seeds and they're finally starting to grow. I was really getting depressed because I was thinking they weren't going to grow. Here's some of the transplants I've put in. Napa cabbage, cauli, more cabbage. This little patch is where I put onion seeds. I did yellow onion, red onion, and shallots. And so you can kind of see, that's grass. You can kind of see the onion starts coming up here. So that's exciting. And yet again, still, my little lettuce starts. These are 2 months old. I think they're just starting to wake back up. I guess better late than never. My spinach transplants are looking all right. Can't complain about that. These, this was my like regrown collard greens, but I've had to cut them back a lot and they keep regrowing, but they keep getting infested with aphids. Like, there's just aphids all over the stem. And so I do not want to cut it back again because I do want to keep the plant because I want to be able to eat the collards. So I'm going to go get some diatomaceous earth to put on that. My little pumpkin and my little tomato. I got these from the plant sale, if you remember. The city plant sale. And they're doing pretty good. I plant my tomatoes sideways, so the root ball is over here and the stem went this way and it comes up. So I'll at least have some vegetable plants that should be producing sooner than the ones that I started from seed that I allowed to go dormant because I am a bad mother. But those look great. The broccoli plants even have a little bit of something going on there. My peas, I re-put pea seeds down and they came up really, really nicely. And so I'm happy about that. But you guys, my strawberries have been doing wonderfully, yet I have not been able to harvest one strawberry because the squirrels are eating them when they're this big. Like, a squirrel is going to come and eat this today. You see this? I've had at least, and this is a guesstimate, but at least 10 strawberries already stolen when they are white and green. And that is actually pissing me off. So I'm gonna start protecting the strawberries once I see the blooms, because the squirrels are not trying to let me have anything. I really want to experiment with cinnamon oil with deterring the squirrels. I don't know how successful that is because I've never tried it myself, but I do want to try it out this year. Speaking of the devil, dead asses go right there. Yeah, I need to go protect my strawberries. So I'm gonna pop some diatomaceous earth on the collard plant, get my little baggies and bag the strawberries, and then I'm gonna transplant those carrots. And I think that's gonna be all that I'll be able to do for the May garden vlog. I'm sorry the lighting in this clip has been garbage. I'm very tired. I have been working like a mad woman. Oh my God. I've been working like a mad woman these last 3 to 4 weeks, and I am exhausted. I feel like I've been hit by a bus. My whole body hurts, and I'm just trying to power through, you guys. I'm just trying to power through. All right, let me hurry up because I have an event to go to today. And I need to find the time to get this garden stuff done, because that's my issue. I work, and then when I get home, I'm so exhausted. I do not want to continue to do more labor. That's my issue. So yeah, let's plant stuff. Okay, friends, I got the tasks that I wanted done today, and I'm happy with it. I'm gonna go ahead and end this garden vlog here. A whole month of gardening, the month of May, is all I was able to muster. I hope that you can see the improvement, because it's hard for me to see it in the moment, but I know I've done things. I know things look great. Let me know what you're working on in your garden. If you're growing anything, are you doing it in your yard? Are you doing it on your porch, bins, raised beds, in the ground? Let me know what your plans are, because we're about to be in the thick of it. We're right at the head, and I'm really excited because in June I'm going to be completing the planting of everything. I'm going to be completing that garden bed over there, and I'm going to be landscaping my front yard all in the month of June, time willing. So I will see you guys for next month's update, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll see you later. Bye.